As soon as you feel inspired to pray for us today, Hilary Wanjala, can you pray for us? Hilary, can you pray? Or any other student, can you pray for us? Okay, we are praying. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, we come this morning with thanksgiving for what you've done to us. Now that we want to start our webinar, we ask you to be with us. We ask you to protect each and everyone. Open our hearts, open our minds, so that whatever we are going to train on, we understand. If you do that, your name shall be glorified. I pray all this, trusting and believing. In Jesus' name I pray and believe. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
May I take this chance to welcome you to our third training for the e-learning. You remember last time we had our training. Unfortunately, because of some technical hits, there are some areas that we did not cover. For that purpose, ladies and gentlemen, there are areas to do with the library management, how you can access e-resources remotely from wherever you are. And we felt it wise that we take you through how those resources can be accessed online. We also felt that it would be prudent for you to know some of the existing uh, open licenses and educational resources that you can use to supplement all that your lecturer is giving you in class. So, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, allow me to welcome Dr. Peter Otieno, Deputy University Librarian, to take you through alternative sources of resources, how you can access our library remotely, and some of the open licenses that we have that you as students you can take advantage of, especially during this time when you are in remote. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Dr. Otieno to take us through this presentation. Dr. Karibu.
Thank you so much, Dean. Good morning, students. I know last time we were supposed to do this. Unfortunately, because of the connection, we were not able to continue, but today I believe we should be able to succeed. I have shared my screen and I hope you can be able to see it. I don't know whether you're able to see it. Are you able to see? Are you able to see my screen?
Able to see, we can see why use e-journals.
Okay. I think let me start from the top. My presentation today will be based on access to e-resources during and post COVID-19, the Just experience. We're going to have a bit of demonstration, that is a hands-on approach. And I hope that you will be able to see some of the materials that you'll be able to access online. As we settle down, I just want to arouse your feelings about where you were before this condition. The first picture there you can see that is the main administration block. I believe a majority of you are familiar with it. And then behind it, you can see the library building. Of course, those who've been using the library are able to be familiar with it. This is the entrance. I'm just trying to gel your emotions, of course, as we get to the proper presentation. This is the main entrance of the library. And I believe that many of you probably are missing that kind of experience. I took this snapshot from our campus library in Kisumu, so that you can also get to see that what used to happen. That is the former normal. Now we are in the new normal. This also happens in all our campuses. But now the question that now comes in, if this was or the information or the resources that are supposed to guide us in our courses, be able to do our lectures and even manage our exams. And now the big question, that is the elephant in the house. How have we been able to proceed since the campuses or the college closed? Have you heard of the resources? I believe many of you have. But I want us just to come back and review the things that you will do when we were still on campus. And for those who probably went through the orientation program, you must have heard about the electronic resources. E stands for electronic. Resources are what you access from those particular gadgets. So what is an electronic information resource? Very briefly, if you have a computer, if you have an iPad or whatever gadget that you have, you should be able to access electronic journals, quality databases, information gateways. Be able also to log on to the net. That is what we call the internet. And within those particular gadgets, you'll be able to find ebooks, reports, magazines, and even great literature. Electronic journals come in different formats. Some, of course, come in full text, others come partially. Others will only give you table of contents, others will give you an abstract. An example of that is African Journal Online will give you an abstract of the e-resources that are contained in that particular database. So why do you have to use the e-resources? Of course, it's for convenience to other databases, and of course it has a wide range of electronic materials that probably you might not be able to access and of your library. We also have databases. These are materials that have been constructed within a particular sphere of a location, probably with a provider, and it gives you bibliographic references of materials that have been published in different disciplines. It also gives you some statistical materials. Those who are in mathematics, engineering, or any other technical course, you should be able to access that. It gives you full text, audio, multimedia, and you realize that a majority of them are not free. A majority of them are subscribed. And so the university has managed to do that. And some of the examples that I want to give is Emerald. We will be able to access this particular resource. As I go through this particular presentation, we'll come back and log on to these particular resources. These are licensed ones. You might not be able to get the resources free, but you'll be able to get them because the university has subscribed to them. Another major resource that is of importance to an array of disciplines is the Research for Life. This covers an array in agriculture, innovation and technology. It also has literature for resources on law, health, and also environment. Very rich in those particular disciplines. It also has the e-books within those particular databases. We also have information gateways where information has been constructed by experts. in this particular data gateway, or I call it a database, because it leads you into other sites that you'll be able to benefit very directly. So the sites just acts as a gateway to other sites in terms of information resources that are available. And then, of course, they must be constructed within the conventional write-up, what we call the metadata. And then they belong to subject experts. They come in different subject areas. And then you have the opportunity that you can recall whatever you were trying to access with a lot of precision. And the examples that I give here is a Bethel academic research, very rich also in academic resources. The other one is core. We are also going to look at that very briefly. And then why are information gateways necessary? Why are they important? Because of the high quality information that has been selected by subject experts. They also have specific subject focus. And of course, when you are not very sure of what you are trying to look at, which of course we are going to look at some of the search strategies, what you need to put in place to be able to do that, it's a good starting point. Then you have the internet, which has a lot of information and it's continually growing. It goes beyond the boundaries of regions, nations, and the most efficient way to start from is when you go to Google. That is always the starting point for any student who's trying to look for information from the net. And I've given you a page there with a login link. Of course, this is standard to every access. There's also the Institute of Education Resources. Of course, we will be able to try and get some materials from that with the links that are given. And as I said earlier on, we are not lagging behind in this kind of a process. And globally, all institutions of higher learning, or even high schools, or even primaries, are now relaying their materials electronically. So the university, through its other partners, have been able to subscribe to this information. Last time, I gave you an access point or link of what is displayed on the screen, lib.jost.ac.ke. Unfortunately, you could have gone there, but did not you could not be able to manage to access some of these materials because of the off-campus access link which was lacking. And so below the screen there, you can write it down, the username and the password. Ensure that you take cognizance of the sensitiveness of those letters. Others will come like J in capital, the rest will be small for the username. And then the password, the rest, the whole sentence should be in a lowercase. An example of what we have is displayed, and we have over 40,000. Of course, that is a conservative number, but is more than what is indicated there in different disciplines within the databases that we own. Now, how do you do an effective search as a student or even as a lecturer if you want to get into the net? The first question that comes into mind, what am I going to look at? How much information do I require? And that leads you to the next question. You need to define your information need. Ask yourself, how much do I need for this particular assignment? Identify your concepts, because when you ask yourself pertinent issues of the information you need, you must have a concept that you're going to work on. And is the information you're going to look at going to answer that particular concept? Now, select the terms that you might need. Some might be unique words, synonyms, rules, or broader topics depending on the assignment that you're looking at. After that, you're going to select a source. The sources are various. Some are professional, some are not. But you find the professional sources are the tertiary, the secondary, and primary sources, which of course you're going to use to be able to access this particular information. The primary sources are some of the literature that you acquire from the basics. And then of course it graduates to secondary and then tertiary, because secondary borrows from the primary sources. Then thereafter you have to carry out a search, construct your search very appropriately that will answer to your concept that you're working on. And then you need to revise your search. Did you get what you were looking for? And if you not, were there keywords that you missed? Were there phrases that were left out? And then how do you manage your results? You have already searched and retrieved your result, your search. Where do you want to put it? Do you want to save it on the desktop? Do you want to print it out? Do you want to cite it? Because we also have provisions for citing information. And even how do you want to manage your references? Because there are also tools. We have the Mendeley and Zotero that will help you in managing your citation. After, of course, applying the styles that are available, like the APA, which is standard, the Harvard, and then also the Chicago one. Then after that, you need to evaluate the quality of information that you shall have retrieved from your search. Then finally, the last step that you need to do is apply what you have already downloaded and look if it answers to the questions that you started with initially in the first stage. So that is one of the effective ways that you're going to do this in our presentation. But this one, there's a voiceover which I captured, and this is the steps that you need to apply when you are using these. Any browser will lead you to the internet. Now, for you to get to the Yahoo site, you need to type the first address, which is http://lib.jaws.ac.k. Then the off-campus, as I said before, you need to do that. That will be able to lead you to the off-campus access. Then you will come up with something like this.
Daktari, can you increase the volume? I can see on the public chats some students are complaining about the volume. But I'm
the volume.
advising the students also to increase their volume from their systems. You can project your voice a little bit.
So that was one of that is one of the repositories that we also have. Of course, when you log on to Joe's library page, you will get this kind of a page. On the top, you'll realize it gives you a search option. Below it, it gives you the option to search for electronic resources, which we are going to look at immediately. I think I'm almost done with the presentation. So the repository, as I said previously, gives you an opportunity to access those resources that are within the institution that have been mined by the library to be able to access some of the things that probably will help in academic work, like the journal articles, the past papers, the research papers, and they come in different communities. And I gave you the access as it's displayed on the screen. You can write it down. Now, some of the search functions that you'll also need is to build on what are called electronic search tools using the Boolean operators. Those who are familiar with the and, or, and the ors, that gives you an aspect of what you are looking for, the phrases and proximity of the searching, the truncation and the wildcard functions. You must also know that some of your searches, if you don't capture them well, because some are case sensitive, they might not give you what you require. You must also know which fields you're going to search from, the stop words, and then you have the sorters. This is what I was talking about when you talk about the Boolean search. We use such commands as and or a note. I'll give you an example of if you're looking for an information, for example, you want nuclear or radiation, the search should be able to give you the two leading words in your results. You can also go for and, because you're interested in both concepts. These ones will also be displayed. Then eventually, you don't want one, you only want one concept and you know another one. Then you apply the command note. Which are some of these free journals that we are available? Now we are now coming away from the licensed ones, which are under the subscription, but you realize that the net also that has been put together by subject experts and constructed in databases. The most familiar one is the Directory of Open Access Journals. This one gives you journals in almost all disciplines. All you need to do is type in the keyword, or if you know the journal title, you can be able to search through the journal title and find what you're looking for. I know of interest now is how to locate the ebooks. As I said, there's no harm in searching our catalog and using the same results to go to these other sites which have free e-resources and be able to get what you're looking for. If you know of the Directory of Open Access Books, it's a free access of e-books, and you'll be able to access all the books that you require in your study. We are going to look at that immediately. You also have the free book center. I know some of the students will be familiar with this, or the lecturers can be familiar with these particular sites. Very rich in the disciplines that we are looking at. We also have the iTech Open Access books, very valuable. And you can see it gives you almost 4,800 peer-reviewed open access books. All you need to do is to have an internet access and be able to access these particular resources. We also have the Open Textbook Library, a very rich resource in terms of the books, which of course we are going to look at. Then we have the booksy.org. These are samples of different free. They are free. You don't need to subscribe, or you don't need to pay. If you don't find a book in one particular site, look for that particular book in another site. You'll be able to get it from there. Now, finally, as we complete and get to the hands-on with a few of our examples, I want us to know that before you cite any document, there are parameters that you need to be familiar with. Who has authored this particular document? Is it objective? Is it relevant? Is it current? Is it accurate? Can it give you high quality results such that when your lecturer is looking at your work, will be able to see that this particular student is a scholar in the making. So to review and revise your site scope and strategy in light of the results obtained, if you've received too many results, you need to narrow it to specifics. But if it is small, you need to broaden it. If it is basic, you can switch into the search modes that have been given, whether basic or advanced. I believe advanced searches now will give you a more broader aspect of what you're looking for. But that does not mean that the basic search is inferior. It also gives you more or less the same results. You also must understand that these databases are constructed in different languages. But since we are an English-speaking nation, I believe that should not be a problem. The only thing you cannot get it in your mother tongue because you need the same information to have been translated. And then keep in mind that these resources also have challenges. Some of them might not give you the leeway to download them. Some of them you'll only be able to read because of the format in which they come in. Then keep that resource. If you search for information today and don't get it, or you get it today and think that you get it tomorrow, oh, that can be disappointing at some point because these resources keep on changing. So I will encourage you that whenever you get an opportunity to download and save this particular information, please save it so that you can look at it at a later time. Now, I'll request if we can try to go, if you have a laptop, if you have an iPhone, maybe we try a little bit of hands-on and be able to proceed. But before then, can I take maybe one or two questions and then we move to the hands-on approach?
Thank you.
I can see.
Thank you
Yes,
for
Dean.
that wonderful presentation. And we are going now to open the floor for questions and answer before we can now demonstrate practically through the use of computers. Can we have some question? Anybody who has a question? Anybody who has a question on the library?
I hope they are listening.
Can you unmute and then you ask your question? I can see Uncle Robert. And maybe next time, ladies and gentlemen, when you're joining a meeting, try and join with your official name rather than Uncle, because we don't have uncles in school. So, Uncle Robert, can you ask your question? Unmute and then you ask your question. Just click unmute. We are listening you.
I was asking to repeat the links to.
Repeat the links to?
Ebooks.
Or links to the ebook. Well, next question. I know Dr. Dean has captured
You
that.
can just go and use your laptop. So
Iteba Daniel, can you ask a question? Iteba Daniel, if you can hear me, can you ask a question? Ken Michael, can you ask a question? Ken Michael, simply just click the microphone and mute, and then you ask your question. Onesimus Macau.
Hello.
Who is that?
This is Ken.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I wanted to ask if we'll be able to access past papers in the library.
The past papers, well, that is captured. Dr. Chino will respond to that. Can we have another question, the last one, then we have Dr. Chino responding to that, those
Question.
first one, the first round. Mary Wangwe, I have seen you've unmuted. Do you have a question?
Kama yako iko on naambiwa sina.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead. Who is that?
Dr. Meshak.
Me?
Meshak.
Mesha, go ahead.
Okay. Doctor, several times we've been doing search for Swahili journals, and we are not able to find them. In the library, if you go to search, we are not able to find them. So we are requesting if the Jews can have more books, Swahili books. As for now, we are doing our research on matters, and we cannot find these. May you please find a way of adding these books, Swahili books.
Thank you. Point noted. Finally, Karani Frida, I've seen you've unmuted. Do you have a question?
Yes,
Go ahead.
I was asking about, I'm not able to log into my e-learning.
Platform. Now, what you do, Karani, can you text your registration number and your full name at the public chat? You know how to chat?
I know.
Yes, kindly just chat. Can you type your registration number and your name right now? I have an officer on standby who is going to sort you out immediately before the end of the webinar. You'll be having all your credentials. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Dr. Tieno, can you respond to those ones first?
Thank you so much. Dean, I don't know whether you will allow me to go online with this or just explain it verbally.
There's no problem. Just take it.
Okay.
Hey, you.
Okay. Now, let us, friends, as I said, that when you're logging onto the library site, once you are on the library page, that is a LIB. I think somebody typed it here. I can also type it, LIB dot Joes dot SC.KE.
You can stop sharing this
Yes.
one and then you share your screen as you are. You want to do it practically on your computer.
Yes, let me stop sharing that.
And then you can now share the desktop. If you are typing
Yes.
the desktop.
Just click. I don't know whether.
Just click share and then desktop.
Share. I'm seeing share screen and application.
Yes, share screen.
Share screen. Then I do the desktop.
Yes, desktop.
Entire screen. I hope it will come. I don't know whether you're able to see the desktop.
Yes, we can see your desktop, but yes. We can now see you well.
Thank you so much. Now, this is the access. I want you to do the lib.joes.ac.k. Once you're there, you will be able to get to the library page, which of course is on display. There's a student who asks if you can access.
Dr. Peter, we are losing you.
Are you?
We are losing your sound.
You're losing my sound?
Okay, fine. Now we can hear you. You
Okay.
stop sharing.
You want me to stop sharing?
No. You are the one who has stopped sharing. You can share again.
I've not stopped sharing. My window for sharing, I think, I don't know what has blocked it.
Just touch towards the top and you'll find the.
Are you seeing the screen?
No, we are not seeing. Can you click share content?
Unfortunately, I think it is the window for sharing has turned gray. I don't know why. Let me come back again.
I remember you had 2 gadgets. Can you use only one gadget because of the echo?
Switch off the other one. New. You just remove it. Just close it. Okay, as that goes on, I think let them just write down ir.jos.ac.ke. I don't know. What I'm seeing here is that I'm being blocked. I don't know whether somebody has blocked my sharing because I can't. It can. Maybe you can help me from your side.
You had two gadgets. You had 2 gadgets, 2 computers that you're using, and then I removed one because of the echo that the other.
Okay,
so you
removed
only one computer.
So the one you removed is the one that I'm using. Can you now take me back to the one
Can you join afresh with that one?
I join afresh?
Yeah, join afresh with it.
So you want me to leave the page again? Because if I join afresh,
the link is not very smooth. Can we have those who have turned on their videos to mute the videos kindly?
Let me.
Vincent Maobe Onchari, turn off your video kindly. Vincent, turn off your video.
Dr. Mwesh, you can turn off your video.
You should turn off the video. And there's somebody called Dr. Mesh. Mesh also should turn your video. Turn off your video. Yeah.
So as Dr. Tino is sorting out that technical issue, can we have some more questions if they're there? Can we have some more questions if they're there as Dr. Tino is sorting out the technical issue? Abo, you can pick the first question.
Okay, I'm ready to pick. It comes. Hello?
Are you able to see me again? Hello? Is Dr. Tieno back?
Yes, we can be able to hear you, Doc.
You can hear you, but we can't see
Okay,
can't see your screen.
my screen is sharing.
Now, what you can
You know
can you respond to those other questions? Then the practical aspect will come at the tail end.
Okay, so access to the past papers, yes, that is available, and that is the link I was giving. I was going to demonstrate how you can be able to access the past papers. All you need to do is to go to the repository through the repository link that I gave, the ir.jost.ac.ke. Once you are on that page, you'll be able to see the communities that are available within the university. And on the communities, there's a section for the past papers. Once you click on the past papers, you'll be able to go to your particular school, and within the school, you'll be able to check within the program, whether it's a certificate, a diploma, postgraduate, or the undergraduate level. And then, as I said, the collections are also within the school. So, for example, if you choose the School of Education, you should be able to see the courses the courses are offered. The past papers are available, and you're able to do that. The next question was about the Swahili journals. Most of the databases, yes, you might not be able to meet the Kiswahili journals, but I believe strongly that probably like a neighboring state like Tanzania, if we engage them, we can be able to share in Swahili. But as you say, the library will ensure that we bring in or stock or buy the books. So I encourage the user or the student who has asked a question. There's a provision when you come to the library, you'll be given a form. But if you can't get that normal, you can also send an email to library lib at, I think I'll type it down in the chat. You can do lib at jost.sc.ke, and then you send us the titles that you feel we need to purchase for your use. I think I've been able to answer the for the login. Those who have not logged in, I still repeat, I've even typed it, log onto our website through lib.jost.sc.ke to be able to access. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, we are able to see your screen, but you stopped sharing again, and we are seeing it very well.
You want me to stop sharing again?
No. You were sharing, but it has stopped. By the time you are saying you are giving us the URL, it was on.
Okay, but I believe it is on. You should be able to see it. The screen now is on the repository, the institutional repository of the institution. That is what I'm sharing now.
But we are seeing you.
Okay, let me share it again. I think probably I need to do the entire screen. Then I allow.
Yes,
Are you able to see?
I can now see you. You can now click the library.
Are you seeing it now?
Yes, there. Now you're right.
Okay. Now this is the repository we're talking about. Like now, I'm looking at one of the courses, the ECC 311. The title of the program is Scope and Concern of Early Child Education. If you click on that, you should be able to get the full document, the full paper. You go to the View or Open option, then you click on Open. When you open that particular document, it's an 8-page document. This is a past paper for EEC 311. The course title is Scope and Concern of Early Child Education. This is a first year one, first semester 2018-2019 academic year. And I believe I have answered. It also has ECD year 3, semester 1. The course title is Science Activities in ECE. If you scroll, you'll see all the past papers that you're looking for. Others from the main campus, others from other campuses within. But what we've captured here for now are for the main campus. Do I move on to the next presentation on access of the resources? I stop sharing this. Dean?
That's fine. That's okay.
So I stop sharing this screen or I continue on. Okay, I'll open another. We'll go to the open, or before we go to the open sources, I wanted to demonstrate also on how to go to off-campus access of our resources. So the same off-campus, you do lib.jos.sc.ke, and then we go to the main library page. On the main library page, you will see an off-campus access. That is the easy our e-resources off campus. You don't need to be on campus. And as I said, these are licensed. In other words, they are subscribed. There's a provision for please enter your username and the password. As I said, these are case sensitive. So the username is J, WOUSTJ is in capital. And then the password is JOST, all small, JOST lib. Once you click that, you should be able to log in. And when you log in, you will see an array of resources that are available. And as I said earlier on, we are going to look at one of the examples, that is Emerald, Emerald Publishing. For each and every subscribed or licensed database, the name of the of that particular database. If I can ask a student to give me any title you can search. Now, this particular database is rich in humanities and social sciences, but but some of the databases are other databases. So there's no harm in searching for your database in one of them. So can any of you give me any title or any link, any keyword that we can search here? I'm waiting for a volunteer.
Any volunteer?
Okay, let us look at early childhood education. Probably I can. I was waiting for a volunteer. Early childhood education. When you search for, as I said, when you use typing your keywords, you must also be very careful, because if you do a broad search, it will give you a lot of information, and you might be wondering which one do I look for. That is why I was saying that there are such parameters that you need to be very careful with when you're searching for this kind of information. That is applicable to all the other databases. You can do a quotation mark that will limit you to that particular aspect.
Dr. Peter, we are losing you. Dr. Peter, we are losing you. Are you there, Dr. Peter? Dr. Peter, we are losing you. Are you there? So, ladies and gentlemen, as Dr. Peter is sorting out the technical issue, can we have Dr. Peter? Are you there? Can we have Abo? Are you there? Can we have a?
Yes, I'm here and I'm ready on my side with the presentation. Eh?
Yes.
Hello? I am here and I'm ready with my presentation. Now, what I have done, okay? Hello? Hello? Having their videos on, can we have them off so that we have a smooth session? Those of us, Isaac Ibuan, Lobwan, and Joseph Nyongesa. Can we turn off our videos, Joseph Nyongesa? I am going to share my screen so that we have a smooth session. I will not turn my video on. When we have all the videos on, it means everybody's downloading the video that we are streaming. So it strains our bandwidth. And we will not have a smooth session so that we understand what it means. Okay, so Dr. Baker, what I'm saying, I have pushed a previous class that just ended and I've activated one of the users. So I want to use that user ID to showcase our students what it means by some of these features that some of them do not know from the student side. So that is how technical we are going to be. And we are going to start from the beginning, how they can sign in, how they can read their notes, how they can see the content that is structured, how they can look at the assignments, how they need to trace the assignments, how they can then submit those assignments, how they can also sit for their exams. And for your information, I've created a new exam, by the way, and I've named it January, April 2020 end of semester exam. So, and I've added there almost 120 questions. So I want to use that to showcase them.
You can truncate.
Hello?
That's fine. We are listening.
Yeah, okay, fine. So I want to allow me to share my screen, and then I will now log in with that student's ID. So I'm sharing my screen right away. And here, let me confirm to me if you can see my screen right away. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen over there.
Okay, fine. Let me close those other tabs so that I can have the active tab that I need. Fine. So as you can see, let me just log out because I had chosen a student that I wanted to log in with their credentials. So this is what all students see, whether you're on the mobile app or you're on a website, or sorry, you're using a web browser to access our e-learning platform. This is what you see. So I want to use Dan Okoth Abom's credentials to log in here. You previously attended class. This is a class that has been marked and has everything, so we don't have a problem with it. Online 2020 hash. So so that is how we log in with our usernames and passwords, the one we give. If you're having any challenge, kindly communicate so that you have your usernames right. Fine. So when you're on this screen, this is the dashboard. Now the dashboard will show you how many courses you are enrolled in. As you can see, this student by the name Dana Kotabom has one course, which is SES 409, Information Technology and Society. Now, on my very right hand side, you will see your private files. If you have any private files, or if you and on your timeline, you will see any notices. Then the notice that we have here is a Tuesday, 26th May, end of semester, January, April exams. No, I just named it closes, but it's technically a quiz. So exams can be in forms of a quiz or any other formats of exams which we already have. And I don't want to move to exams yet. I want to show the students how to access these learning materials first of all. Then we go to assignments. Technically, I want to show them bit by bit and how they can do that. Fine. So on my left hand side is three bar menus at the left. When you click on this, you will always have the sidebar. So this is the sidebar. When you click on it again, the three bars on the left, the sidebar disappears. Fine. So let me click on the sidebar. Then I have my site home, which is technically my dashboard. Then my calendar. Now calendar resonates with the university calendar. So we need to put there the entire university calendar so that you see, and you can also create your own calendar as so that you organize your learning period. Then of course your private files, if any, could be your templates that you've designed, maybe templates of term papers, templates of letters, templates of assignments that you need to use to respond to assignments. Then you have my courses. So my courses are the courses that you are assigned to or you have enrolled into. If you have 10 courses, then you will have 10 courses trailing down here. And you can click on any of those courses and read and respond to assignments and interact with the activities that are there. Now, there are very many activities. So let me click on SCS 409. Now, when you click on that course, SCS 409, you will see all that pertains to that particular course. So number one at the top here is the name of the course, or the course code, which is SCS 409 stroke SCS 3124 stroke ICT 3411. Now understand that a class may have several groups, and different groups interpret different codes differently. So for this class, the reason as to why you're seeing SCS 409, SCS 3124, ICT 3411, it is because we had 3 groups here. Actually, we had 6 groups, and some of these groups are from different schools. So it therefore means that we can usually combine classes in this platform very well, and we give them different contents, or we give them same content. So that's the beauty of this platform. Now, below that is participants. Participants now shows you who are your members of class. When you click on this, hello, all students, when you click on this, you see Dan Okoth Abuom is in the group of Education Arts, and Education Arts were 382. Now, this class has a total number of 900 students. So you can see that Dan Okoth Abuom can only see the members of his class. That is how secretly we have made this platform. It means that you cannot see those other members despite the fact that you're in the same group. Okay. And again, you can search for your class members here. You can send them. Actually, you can search for all your class members here. Okay. Now, badges. Badges does not work in this structure of courses. Badges work in courses where we have one progressing to another one, and we need a qualification or pre-qualification of that to another one. Like CCNA 1, you need CCNA 2, like that and that. So it does not apply in this case. All right, so we continue. Competencies. Now, competencies, again, the structure of this course does not require us to factor in competencies because it assumes a previous knowledge of other courses that you've already been taught. But of course, competencies just refer to what skills you need to be able to go through this course. Now, grades. I'll take you through these grades later. But grades show how much have you been awarded in this course. You can be awarded depending on assignments, depending on how you attend classes, depending on interaction, how do you interact, depending on your continuous assessment test, depending on your term papers, all those. Okay. So you understand that grading is really thorough here. So I'll take you through grading, how you can see your grades and how you can even validate that all that you've been doing has been well graded. Hello,
Yeah.
can you hear me?
Yes,
Huh?
we can hear you loud and clear.
And can you see my screen?
We can see your screen, but you removed it now. You shared it. Can you share it back?
Okay, okay. Let me share it. Let me share it. Oh,
Amos Kipkogei, can you stop your video?
Amos Kisogei and Masasa Big. There's
Masasa,
somebody there,
can
Masasa
you
Big.
stop your video? We've seen your face. We acknowledge your presence. Can you stop your video? Click stop video. Thank you, Masasa.
Masasa has not stopped the video anyway. And
Okay, thank you.
director, could you just make me a host? I'm trying to.
You already. Can
Yeah,
you share the way you shared the other one? Well,
it's disabled. It's disabled. Let me just. Hello.
yes. Oh, it has come back to me. Let me make you a board as a presenter. So as Donatus is sorting out that issue, can we have some questions? Can we have some questions, please? Kevin Nyakwaka, I can see you've unmuted. You have a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, Kevin, go ahead.
Concerning the last webinar which we had, that was webinar 2.
Yes.
I thought you could share, you could record this so that we share with the other people who are not in a position to log in.
Yes, that was recorded, and after this meeting, we are going to share the two documents, the two videos.
Hello, we are getting you, Kevin Nyakwaka.
Yes.
Hello? Dr. Baker, can I continue? Can I continue?
Yes, you can continue. You can continue, but I'm requesting those who have unmuted, please. I'm tired of muting your microphones from my end. Kindly, can you just mute unless you want to ask a question? Wilson Chacha, can you mute your microphone? You are causing disturbance with your microphone on. Wilson Chacha Makongo, thank you. You've done well. Yes.
Hello, can you see my screen now?
You can proceed.
Can my screen be seen on that side?
Okay. Very clear.
It can be seen, is fine. Thank you, thank you. So I was continuing on my left-hand side of this course is the presentation of... It is what?
We can see it very clear. Asay Vivian, can you mute? Asay Vivian, thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay, so as I said, when you click on the course, you will see an organization of that content, an organization of the content, how the content is organized. There's a welcome section there, and is introducing you the lecturers. Who is teaching this one? This section. So this section basically introduces you to the course, and you can see it tells you, welcome to this course. My name is Samuel Liala. This is Dr. Liala, and we were co-teaching with Dr. Liala and supported by myself and Dorothy. And the purpose of this correspondence is to prepare you for upcoming semester. So this is just a basic introduction of the course. So that is normal. We normally do it. Sometimes put our profile pictures there and our qualifications. It's good for that. And then you see what are the expected learning outcomes. Okay, I think students, this is very, very user friendly, and you can see. So basically, and you can also see the references and announcements. And then we've also mounted a survey here and says, please provide your feedback on the course. If you feel there's something we'd like to add, or there's something you're not getting clearly, then you provide that as your feedback on the course, and we'll act on it promptly. Then, of course, there's a page. This icon here is a page, so about the course. So when you click on that, you go to more details about the page, about the course. So that's what we had about the course. We had syllabus, discussion boards, live sessions, and there you go. Then we come back to the course again. Now, back to the course again. There we had a number of items. There was a first topic which was introduction. Then as we continue, then there was then ethics and emerging technology. Now we wanted a video here to be able to display some of the aspects of ethics of technology in a conference setting. So this video here then as consumed by our students, gave them much understanding of what kind of ethics you need to learn from emerging technologies. Okay, so as we continue there, you can see attachments. So this is what we normally say. These attachments are notes. You need to click on them and download them. Just as I've clicked on that, I'm about or yet to, oh, it's already downloaded. So then you can trace that notes and go and read them. Now we have prepared our notes in terms of PowerPoint or presentation. So it's pretty much easy to read those notes because they are very well prepared. And even the font size is very captivating. Okay. Then there down we had assignment one. Assignment one for topic 1 and 2. And see? And as I continue, I'll come back to assignment one so that you can see how this student, Dan Okoth, can now see the assignments. So then we have topic 2, information technology and social change, culture, cognition, literacy. So that's all about it. And then it has assignment 3. Then 4, we had work and collaboration in the information age. So that was about work and collaboration. Just giving you small information about it. And there was attachment. Sorry, before attachment, there's a picture here which shows people, leadership, technology, and the rest. So you see, this is basically how content is structured in an online setting. That content is put there for you, and there's a mix of videos and pictures so that you can intimately integrate well in that learning setting. And below that is a video of a successful collaboration in a digital age. So, of course, depicting what uh, collaboration can be used or what digital collaboration can be used in a work environment. Then we had more notes on this technologies that support work and collaboration. So these monotes are what now inform what you needed to write as your class notes. We put there as a page because we saw that most of our students did not like attachments, but they rather liked pages or notes. So we had put there more content on collaboration. Like this is asking you what is collaborative technology, and there you go. We're putting that, and we're talking about features of collaborative tools and the like. And down there, as you can see, until the end of it. So this is basically the structure of how we design our content uh, learning. And we put everything there for you. And we leave nothing, but we add more so that you can have your time and then go and fact find or go and add more knowledge. Now, this is another topic on information technology, law, and crime. And it has some 2 attachments over there. This needed more elaboration, and we thought mounting PowerPoint would really be helpful, and that's why we did so. So we also have information technology and governance, IT and governance. So that was that was broken down into governance and technology. So there is IT governance. We also explained COVID level 5 here, the video, and you can bear me witness that when you click on that, you can be able to listen to it. Okay. I won't play it, but I just wanted to showcase so that you can see, and then attachments on that. So this is how we can normally continue our online learning. Is that we have as a categorization of our topics, supported by the topic learning outcomes, and then of course backed up by the notes. So that way, you know that when you go into this topic X or this topic called information technology and development, then what are the learning outcomes? By the end of this topic, I ought to have learned this and that and that. Then I need to have the supporting documents, which are the literature or the notes. Then let me get the notes and support my learning outcomes. So that particular strategic learning approach is what we believe that will enable our students to learn remotely. And once you have learning outcomes in each and every topic, backed up by the notes and some PowerPoint explaining concept, I am very sure that students, you will be very, very helpful to understand what you are being taught. All right, so that's about the content organized as per the lecturer did it. You can see there's a lot of videos and pictures so that it gives you a visual concept of whatever is being explained. Now I need to go to assignments, and there at the top there was one of the assignments. There was assignment 1. So here, this one here. So when I click on assignment 1, what am I presented with? Okay, you see, I have more details about the assignments. Social media is changing our perception, ourselves, others, and the world. The present world has technologies saturated human beings to the point of multiphania, a fragmented version of self. So basically, uh, this is a paragraph and it's explaining something to do with technology. And then by the end of which, now the assignment content is saying, discuss the ensuing virtual life under the following topics. Number 1, unreal world, unreal life, unreal self, and unreal priorities. The collective unconscious groups personified. Number 3 is love in the time of social media. And number 4 is disconnect or not to disconnect. Then number 5, what are the incentives which encourage people to adopt ICT? So basically, if you look at that excerpt and the questions that follow, you can quickly read that um, this is a type of writing that has been posed here, and it's very good for literatures or let me say education students, especially the English literature. And that after reading this excerpt or this paragraph, then you need to topics. Now, the most important bit of this that you need to understand is a submission. Now, as you can see, Dan had already submitted his assignment, and this is what now will appear. Now, before this assignment is left open for submission, you will usually see a submission button here, somewhere down here, so that you can upload or submit. Okay, but once you have submitted, are we together? Then you can see the submission. It's already submitted, it's already there for you. And this assignment was closed because students complained about the content, and that's why it wasn't graded. But if it was graded, then you could always see that this was graded. I want to go to one that he did and was graded, and you can see how much marks he was given. So basically, this is how your assignments will always appear, the grading and the like. But let me take you to one that Dan did and it was graded. So that's assignment 1. Mhm. So this one he did not submit.
No, I was almost
So
done.
if you did not
Yes, I was
if you
just
don't
reading the
submit, this is how
transcript.
it appears and you're not graded. Yeah. Let me go to the cut that he did because cut is also an assignment. So there was cut 1. Yeah. CS409. Yeah. So this is a cut or one of the assignments that Dan Okoth did, and as you can see, Dan Okoth belongs to Education Arts or Bachelor of Education Arts. So you can even see when the exam was available or the assignment was available between 14th and 15th of November 2019 from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And it was 45 minutes. And what did he get? The final grade for the quiz was 14 out of 30. And he got 23 out of 48 marks. And the grading was out of 30. And if you want to see whatever you got, so this platform even gives you what you got. And you can go through and even sorry, you can go back and revise what you didn't get right so that you improve on your on those areas that you got wrong. Okay, so once I go back again, so this window shows the quiz or the cut that Dan Okoth did. And now I had created one exam, and I wanted to take students through how to do those online exams. So the exam that I created here is end of semester January April 2020, which is here. Now, as I showed you in the beginning, on my right hand, when we logged on my right hand side, there was upcoming items here. Or when I click on that, on my timeline, or when I go to site home, this is actually site home. You see, it's telling me ACS 409 end of semester exams due today. So you can always do this through timeline, or you quickly go to the courses. Now, timelines can also shows you how much assignments or whichever activities that you have that are due. So instead of quickly dashing to the course, it will show you there, so you know. So it kind of gives you a notification of what is due on your side. So let me go down there and show you now how to sit for these exams, because I've already set one. So end of semester exam, January, April 20. This exam, I set it for 20 minutes alone, and I mounted there some series of questions. So let's say I'm ready as done fourth, and I want to do this exam. So I click on end of semester, and you see this is how it will ask you. It will give you the details of the exam, end of semester, January, April 2020. Welcome to the end of semester exam for January 2020 period. You see? Now, in most cases, we normally use the standard examination welcoming messages that we have within our university. And we even we even give you declarations there that if you cheat on these exams, then this will be consequences. And you see, even when you do your exams, the papers are watermarked saying that JOST is not does not support uh, examination cheating. So in that perspective, we have a Proctor software that will be mounting on this platform. And once you activate that, it will be able to monitor whether you are stealing or not. And so you need to be as honest as you can, so that you go through it and you finish your exam when the time comes. As you can see here, total attempts allowed means is 1. It means that the total number of attempts allowed is 1. This means that you cannot repeat this exam. Just as usual, you normally do exams in one attempt sitting. That's why in the university or in the social in the exam halls, you can only sit for one exam at one particular time. So here is you're being told the quiz opens on Tuesday at this particular time. So 10:37, and the closes on Tuesday at 6 p.m. So the time limit is 20 minutes. So time limit is the time that you're allowed to sit for the exam. But because I wanted to explain what and how to do it, then I just set it to 20 minutes. Okay. So, and the set of the exam is in progress. It means that right now anybody can sit for this exam. But this is not only limited to done. So let me come and say continue. Okay. So I am right here sitting for that exam. And because I want to just say, I want to just guess, and I continue and I get my points. Let me try and what cause the rise of computer crimes and human cause of committing crimes, all the crimes.